Hello again. And this is your girl, Camille, who am the teaching artist. And look it. We are at the very last episode of this series, Camille, who the teaching artist. And naturally so, we are going to be segueing into the next series, which will be ongoing. I'll tell you why. The next series is Camille, who the child whisperer, with over 40 years experience as a parent, as an educator, as a nanny. I have a lot of information to just unload. So whether you are a first-time parent, you are an expecting parent, or maybe this is your second child, or you're just looking for some more information and some more insight and some more tips, the next series is just for you. This episode is about using creativity for child rearing. Using drama, using singing, using music, using dance. These are all amazing ways to implement and really instill useful life skills in your child without them knowing, without it being too much effort. You don't necessarily have to be this amazing creative to do this, but the possibilities just are endless, really. The things that I used with my children, it's on steroids now with the children that I nanny now, or the kids that I have taught in my arts classes, my music and drama, my dance classes. I implement those things now, and they've evolved and they've changed. And the thing is, the possibilities are endless, and you really can just have a lot of fun. And it really takes a lot of the stress out of parenting. So here's some examples, okay? Let's start with dance, okay? What I like to do with babies, infants, is I'll hold them, and these are infants that are, in fact, you know what? They can be brand new infants. They can be 1 month old. They can be 4 months old. These are infants that, when you start it really early, it's just instilled. It's sort of hardwired into them that they just know the language is the language that they speak. But not only that, what I like to do is I will hold an infant that's in my care. I hold the infant and I dance with them, and I do a waltz. And I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A lot of times there's music already playing, and it is in a waltz form or time signature. It's that kind of genre or style that's playing. I like to play classical music for children, by the way. It really enhances their brain activity and helps them to oh my gosh, the amount of amazing things that are happening in that brain. I think it's because they are hearing all these different instruments coming together in symphony, and have to and they don't even know that they're doing it, but they sort of have to decipher, what each thing is doing. The violin, the timpani, they don't even know the instruments, but they know that there are different things coming together to create this symphony. And it's just such a beautiful thing. They're really learning. It's really, really tapping into their intellectual brain and their creative brain at the same time. Super cool. So when I don't, whether I have that classical music on or not, I like to get them their bodies and their brains, like just letting them hear the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. By the time they get to 6 months old, children are sitting up. You can move a little faster with them. So I start to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. My feet are going 1, 2, 3, by the way. So this allows them to feel the rhythm, and also, so that's getting into their brains as well and getting into their bodies. So I like them for them to feel the rhythm while I'm counting the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I spin. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Usually the child who likes to be thrown up and down, some children are like, don't do it. Some children are like, yay. But by 6 months, when they're 6 months old, when they're walking around, crawling around, they like to, they're enjoying. I'm not walking around. Some kids are walking around at 6 months old. I don't know what their race is, but 6 months old, they like to, they love the spin. So it's teaching them rhythm. It's teaching them rhythm in their bodies. It's teaching them how to count, the beginnings of numbers. It's teaching them how to hear it in the music. So that's musical literacy. And it's teaching them patterns. So once they start, do it enough, they're now anticipating that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the spin 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's so cool because these are the things that you can apply those things to reading. You can apply those things to to routines. You can apply that concept to anything that repeats in their lives, routines and, nap times. And I mean, it can carry over to so many different areas in their lives. Oh my gosh, you think, can you feel that I geek out on this stuff? And I feel like I'm making new discoveries every day as I'm nannying a toddler now who's now about to have a baby brother, and I'm going to be revisiting and discovering more with a whole other human being. It's fascinating to me. So I'm excited, but I geek out on this stuff. That's why child rearing and just really just taking care of children, babies, toddlers, like those are my jam. That's my jam. And that's why Camille, Who the Child Whisperer, will be a very long series. It's just gonna be ongoing. Okay, so you have dance. That's what I like to do with the waltz dance. You can do this with um, 1, 2s. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Either way, you're doing it to the beat. And if you're not doing it to the beat, if the music is not on and you're the music, that's fine. It's just it's introducing them to numbers, to rhythm in their body, to rhythm in their ear, and musical literacy. Drumming, oh my gosh. So rhythm, usually I introduce children who are sitting up to just a simple sound, boom, boom, boom. I go to the door, I go boom, boom, boom. Hello, is anybody home? Knock, knock, knock. Hello, is anybody home? Or I go boom, boom, boom on the floor. So just something as simple as boom, boom, boom. First of all, it's in 3. That's just a number that we all can grasp. It's the building blocks of numbers. 1, 2, 3. Children get that so quickly. It helps them to learn rhythmic literacy. It helps them to recognize patterns, and it helps them to start actually having a musical ear. Now they're listening for a boom, boom, boom. They're listening to rhythm. They're listening to patterns. When you can get a child to recognize a pattern, then you can train them on like so many things, especially the 1, 2, 3 pattern. I apply this to nap times. I apply this to eating food. I apply this to um, getting them ready to go outside. I apply this to so many things, and it really it's like, oh, okay, this is the first thing that we do. This is the second thing we do. It's the third thing we do. And after a child can recognize patterns, they start to anticipate. When they anticipate, they're excited that they know what's coming next. And it could be like, we're cleaning up. Okay. Like you can get them to clean up by just knowing patterns, by just knowing a one, two, three pattern. Now, drama is an amazing way to show play. It's really make believe. Okay. Um, doing make believe, playing roles is a great way to show children how to behave in certain situations, in certain places. You can actually model a whole scene for your child. Remember the three steps, right? You keep it as simple as three steps. Like, okay, I'm going to cook some food now. Let's put the food in the pan, put it on the stove. Ooh, ooh, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Okay, all right, let's mix it up, let's mix it up. It's ready, right? You got the pan, that's one. You put the food in the pan, that's two. You mixed it up, that's three. Now the food is ready. But this is teaching patterns. This is teaching your child to cook. You have no idea. It's teaching them that, oh, you put the food in the pan, and so that's what you use the pan for. That's where you put the pan. You put it on the stove, and that's hot, right? Things like that. You can model going camping. You can model, all right, we're gonna get in the car. All right, put on your seatbelt. You can model getting on a flight and being a good passenger on an airplane. You can model going to the library. You can go model going to the park. I mean, this seriously. And your child just needs to watch you do it. You don't have to include them. You just have to make believe within eyeshot. And they can hear you and they can see they're learning etiquette in a certain situation from you. So by the time they get to those particular life situations, they actually know what to do. You don't have to teach them anything. You've already done it by playing make believe. Singing. Now, ooh-wee. Singing is it can teach your child to have a musical ear, okay? There's also musical literacy. There's also a freedom in singing. And I'm going to give you the what singing actually does. It there's Singing releases endorphins. So you're now teaching your child to get themselves happy. Like if they're not feeling so great or something just happened, you want to validate their feelings of, how it's not working out. Okay, it didn't work out. And you know what? I feel you, man. Like that, oh gosh, it's gotta hurt, or it's gotta be frustrating. You want to validate that because it empowers them to have those feelings too. Because those feelings are very real and very valid. So you have those and you validate the feelings first, and then literally you don't have to always make your child feel better. You are now teaching your child survival skills, and you're teaching them how to make themselves feel better when things don't work out. That's called coping. This is a coping mechanism and a coping skill, not just a mechanism, it's a skill. That's something that you can just do from day one. Always sing to your child. It does not matter if you can sing well or not. Singing not only does all those things, but scientifically, neurobiologically, chemically, releases endorphins. Endorphins are natural painkillers and mood boosters produced by the brain. When we sing, we engage our respiratory system, vocal cords, and brain, which triggers the release of these chemicals. It's the happy maker. Singing is the happy maker. And you don't have to go, okay, well, it's okay, honey, it's okay. I mean, especially when a child's like 3 years old, 4 years old. At that point, now they're starting to sing to themselves. And you know what's really cool, what's gonna happen? The earlier you start, the better. But you're gonna start hearing your child sing to themselves. Say you have the monitor on and they're taking a nap or they're sleeping and, you're awake, you're doing something, you have your monitor on to see, make sure your child is okay, or when your child wakes up. A lot of times that child will get up and they'll be like, la, 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 la. It is amazing. Some of the songs that you sing to your child, and I mean, listen, you can sing to them and they won't sing anything, but I tell you what, it's going into their brains, and then one day they will sing it. Without you prompting them, it's in there. It's one of those, like, it becomes an earworm. Like one of those things that just like, why is this song in my head? They won't wonder why. They'll just start singing it. So believe me, it just sing and start as early as possible. Like I said, don't care if you can sing or not. It still does the same thing for you, and it does the same thing for your child. I gotta share a funny story. When I used to, because I'm musical theater, because I am a vocalist, because I've been a performing artist, also like my whole life. So I do silly, crazy things like this with my children. If they get hurt, I go, "Oh, darling, how's that finger of yours? Would you like a Band-Aid?" And I start just singing, and they're just like, I guess it's like, now it's kind of not even like, I'm not even crying anymore. Just stop singing. So I go, "How is it going? How are you feeling right now?" I remember first trying this with my third child was when I started doing it. And I would sing to him and he's like, "I'm fine, Mom." And I go, "Please sing it." And he's like, "I'm fine, Mom." But then he started to laugh, right? Like it was just kind of like, all right, ouch, I'm really hurt. Then it was like, okay, Mom, I'm fine. Like, you're annoying. But then after that, it was like, this is kind of funny, and he started to feel better, not just because I made him feel better, but just because I made him sing. And then he started to sing, and he had no other choice but to start feeling better and smiling about it. Simple tools. The arts is amazing in the life of a child, in the life of a human being. It makes you self-aware, it makes you aware socially, emotionally. You implement it into your child rearing, and I'm telling you, you're going to have a child that thinks innovation, that they think outside the box, and most owners and most entrepreneurs have that quality of thinking outside the box. They dare to be different. They dare to go out there and just venture and try it and to be innovative. And crafts. Something as simple as crafts. Now, listen, when your child is about, I don't know, 9 months old, I would say when your child's walking or crawling around and they're able to pull themselves up to stand, now they can have their first paint session. Crayola makes toxic-free crayons, toxic-free paint. And I'm not talking about crayons. We're not putting crayons in their hands at that age yet. But painting, there's something fascinating about this. And this is what I like to observe in every child that I show that I start painting with. And every child that I raise and care for, I start them off with paint. First, I have this big giant drop cloth. You can't worry about getting things dirty, and you can't worry about getting things messy. If you have the washable paint by Crayola, it's non-toxic. And so, because you know that at that age, that child's going to be like, "What that?" Like whatever, they're just gonna be like everything. And by the way, they taste things because that is actually how they're learning what they're learning textures. They're learning edges and shapes. They're actually learning by putting things in their mouth, unfortunately. So just know that it's not like, oh, I want to eat stuff. It's not about that. It really is just them learning. So if you don't want to, if it's toxic and you don't want to kill your child, I would suggest really baby proofing and making sure that there's not, metal or I don't know, things that are just dangerous. You'd be surprised how many people just leave things laying around in their houses with babies moving around. So you put down a big giant drop cloth. I really prefer just start them off with just a diaper. Paint's gonna be everywhere, okay? You don't worry about dipping and washing off and cleaning off it. Don't even worry about a paintbrush. Just let them feel the paint. Pour some on a big oak tag paper. I used to get, I have like a big package of oak tag paper because I do crafts with kids all the time. But, and you get, a big paper because, you want a lot of space to work on. And you pour a little bit. You start maybe with one color. Then the next time you do it, you do two colors. And the next time you do, there's my number again, three colors. And then you start to sort of mix and match those colors, maybe just two of those, whatever. You just do different things. But what you will see is even if you do this with a child once a month, they are now learning. There's like those, I don't know, it's the brain, I can't think of the term right now, but it's firing off synapses. I think that's the term. And what's happening is, okay, the first time they're like, what in the world is this, right? And you go paint, and you show them, you take your finger and you swirl it around on the paper and you paint, you put your finger in it and you paint and things like that. And you just do, look, we're painting. It's paint. And that's it. Something as simple as that. It's paint. It's paint. It's paint. It's paint. The next time, maybe it's a month later, you do it again. And for some reason, they have processed it that last time. They've learned so much from that last time that, because it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a crazy looking mess. And that's fine. As long as, first of all, it's washable paint. So it's really easy to get off. You get some water on there, whatever, baby wipes, you get it off of them. The next time you do it, and watch the progression happen. You will then know to start going, okay, after maybe the third or fourth time, after the third time, right? You introduce them to a paintbrush and you go, okay, dip, 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 paint. That's another word. Dip, dip, paint. Dip, dip, paint. And you just do it and you model it. And they'll do it. And I mean, they will put the paintbrush in their mouths, by the way. There'll be paint all over your child's body, and that's totally fine. You want that mess. You want them to learn this, because here's what's going to be so amazingly cool is that they start here, and a year later, they're dipping, painting, and they're able to dip that paintbrush in water now, and they can change the paint. And they cannot mix the paints in on the palette. Like, it's the progression of how they learn and what they learn, and it sparks their creativity. It really, really sparks something. It promotes their creative expression, and it sort of lets them know, like, it's okay to get your hands dirty. Just do it. Just get in there. Just do it. Eventually, like what I would do is I would take old clothes, like clothes that they don't fit anymore, and you use those as paint clothes if you don't want to do a big cleanup. If it's in the summer, go with the diaper. Hose them off in the backyard. after they're done. Throw them in a bathtub. It's an easy wash. It's fine. But if you have a drop cloth, then you don't have to worry about your floor. You don't have to worry about your table. But this really, you can simplify it to minimize the cleanup. But know that this is one of those things that cleanup is necessary. The cleanup is just a part of it, and it's fine. And you'll see the paintings start to progress. You'll see what they're doing and what they're understanding. And probably by the third, when your child starts to say their first words, paint is going to be one of them. As soon as you pull out that drop cloth, soon as you pull out that paper, it's going to be like, paint, paint, paint. Like every child that I have painted with thus far, they have done the same thing. They got to that point. One of the children that I had the pleasure of nannying, by the time she got to, I want to say 2 years old, I left my arts and crafts bin. I have a bin. Yes, I do. I travel with it because you never know when you're going to break out a craft session. Okay. I also have books in my shelves for every stage of a child's development. Yeah, just in case, a child comes over that, hey, I got a book for you. Anyway, but I have an arts and crafts bin. And because I knew that I was going to be doing more arts and crafts with this particular child, I just kept my arts and crafts bin in their garage. Well, at 2 years old, she knew everything. I mean, she knew all of the steps. She knew the drop cloth had to go down. She knew the paint palette, like a dish, had to go down. She knew that the paint had to go into the dish. This little girl at 2 years old woke up before everybody in the house. She went straight into the garage, got out the arts and crafts bin, knew how to open it, took the drop cloth, spread it over the dining room table, because this is the routine that she watched. She took it's like a sort of dish. It's like a palette, but a dish with like little divots that have places for different color paints. She put rainbow. I mean, in this order: red, orange, yellow, green. Okay, to this day she likes rainbows, so there's no guessing. I knew that she was gonna she just is. She's my little unicorn. I love the girl. Anyway, but she had neatly set up the paint, had her paintbrush, took off her shirt and put on, because I had extra shirts. I had paint shirts for her and for myself, and she took her paint shirt and put that shirt on. And her mother came downstairs. She had the paper. She put the paper down and everything. I mean, she was just painting quietly. No one's awake in the house. Her mom came down and was like, "What are you doing?" And she's looking up at her like, "What?" "Paint." This girl was 2 years old, like fresh 2 years old. Not like, oh, I'm going to be 2, almost 3, No, 2 years old. Because she just knew she knew the etiquette, she knew the patterns, she knew the routine. And then after that, she her mom just had to leave her to just do it, because she didn't make a huge mess all over the place. She respected every step of it. She painted all over her paper, and then she said, "Okay, I'm all done." And then while her mom is picking up the things to clean up, she knew exactly where everything went. She knew to close up the paints. She knew to put them in the bag of the paints. The paintbrush, she knew, had to go to the sink so it can get washed off. She knew. It was amazing. It was amazing. My point: you can teach your child order. You can teach your child discipline. You can do this through the arts. I'm so glad you stayed for this whole series. Thank you for getting to know me as a teaching artist. I hope you enjoy getting to know me as the child whisperer, as my friends have called me. So that's the reason why I named the next series Camille Who, the Child Whisperer. Thank you so much to my patrons who have supported the Books and Beyond campaign. Without you, this series wouldn't be possible. Without you, the next series couldn't be possible. Without you, the ability to put my time and my creativity and my energy into my work, my life's work, it wouldn't be possible. So I thank you so much for the patrons of Camille Who, for the patrons of Camille's Books and Beyond's campaign. And if you would like to also be a patron, just know that you are fueling a huge mission. The information is in the description below. See you in the next series. I'm Camille, who am the teaching artist, and I am out. See, I just released some endorphins.